Time is now 1 o'clock. We'll call our commissioner meeting to order, and we'll start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So the first item on our agenda today is actually a facilities request from the Columbia City Fire Department. So we'll just start with you, if you can just come forward and we can ask any questions, or you can explain to us what it is that you guys are hoping to do.
On behalf of the mayor, I believe in his office and the fire department, they're going to host a public safety education day during a farmer's market. We'd like to burn a simulated dollhouse that shows the effects of how fast fires grow and the benefit of having closed doors on bedrooms, how fast fire can build in today's environment. This dollhouse is set on the dollhouse is about 4.5 feet tall and 3 feet wide. It sits on a steel barrel, so there's no danger to the parking lot from the drive or the photographs.
Is that where you plan to do it? Isn't that West Drive? Kind of leads up to the stairs.
That's the plan. However, there's a lot of variables to play. Any wind over 6 to 8 miles an hour, we would probably not do it. It also depends on the attendance of farmers market, how many vendors are there. I haven't been to one yet this year, but I don't know if they use the north side on Van Buren at all. So it depends on the wind blowing towards that direction. So it's still like another public safety day, but we may cancel the dollhouse. Or relocate it, actually. Again, we talked about moving it out into the street, but then Van Buren. If we would have it on your drive, it would be, we'd like to do it on the west side of the courthouse, far enough away from the building. Steel barrel.
Any questions?
I think one of my concerns was, so you said if there's too many vendors, you won't have it. Would that be due to like smoke? I guess I just don't want to smoke people out that are, okay.
Yeah. We're not burning anything synthetic, like foam cushions or anything like that. It's just it's plywood, but it does produce smoke. So that's our concern. So the wind, if it's not, if it's, like I said, 6 to 8 miles an hour or more, I don't want that smoke to lay down across the yard and affect no wind. It'll go up.
I have no issues with it. I would make a motion that we approve the facilities request.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the facilities request. Any further discussion or more questions for Kyle? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. And that motion carries. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. And the next item on the agenda is our county attorney, Matt Shipman, who today is Matt's birthday. Going to call that out in the meeting.
No better way to spend it than the commissioners meeting. I actually don't have anything to report other than thank you for the birthday wishes.
All right. The next item on the agenda is plat approvals from Nathan Bilger. And can everyone hear okay? I can scoop my microphone up if I need to.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Have 3 plats for your consideration. I'll start with the oldest one first. Calm Acres. This was approved by the Plan Commission in December, and they have made a few changes to the acreage, which is permissible. That's why it's a 2-step process. And so it looks okay. I do have a couple questions still outstanding with the surveyor to clarify, but nothing that would impact what you guys are approving, which are the easements and right of way. So this is located down in Jefferson Township, just north of 114 and south of 1000 south on 700 east. 2-lot subdivision. Any questions for me?
I do not. Anyone have any questions for Nathan?
Not on this.
I'll make a motion to approve this request as presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve call makers. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. And that passes unanimously.
Thank you. I'll just leave these down here. You guys can sign them after the meeting. Pass them down. Second one is also in Jefferson Township, called Spencer subdivision. It is also a 2-lot subdivision located on State Road 114, just east of Raber Road. What they're doing is taking their overall acreage that they have their house on and splitting off a portion to one of their children, I forget which one, who would have access off of State Road 114. This was approved at the April Plan Commission meeting. There was some discussion of the neighbor who owns a fireworks operation. I can't really say business necessarily. Seemed like they worked out those details, but that was a bit of a unique situation because he has some restrictions on how close dwellings can be to his fireworks storage. So, like I said, that seemed to be worked out. Again, not really a part of what you guys are approving, but interesting.
Any questions?
I've none. Move to approve Spencer subdivision as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. And that motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. And then finally, we have Grady's Landing, which is a 1-lot subdivision, 1-lot plat, located on 200 South, I believe just west of the corner of Whitley Road and Whitley Road. In Richland Township, what is happening here again is splitting off some acreage for the kids to build a house. This is somewhat unique because not really totally unique, it's pretty common actually. They're reusing the existing driveway so that they don't have to install a new driveway, which is good because they do have a couple site distance issues with the new lot. I think that covers that one too.
That would just make it a shared driveway.
Yeah, there's an ingress egress easement shown on the adjacent parent tract. And so they are going to use that down to a certain point where their new driveway will connect into. And we've requested for them to submit some sort of covenant in order to outline the maintenance responsibilities of that driveway. You know, when it's in the family, everybody gets along, but 2 owners from now, it becomes an issue. So hopefully they will do that. It's not a requirement, but a recommendation.
Okay.
Move to approve Grady's Landing as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve Grady's Landing. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. And that also passes unanimously.
Thank you. And I just wanted to remind you guys and the public that the revised solar code is on the agenda for the Plan Commission meeting Wednesday night, 7 o'clock in the basement.
Okay.
In case there's interest on that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The next item that we have on the agenda is the commissioning agreement for the jail project, but we have not yet received the agreement. We have a proposal, but we don't have an agreement. So I would recommend that we table the commissioning agreement until Matt can review an actual agreement.
I'll make a motion to table the commissioning agreement until our attorney can look at it.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to table. Any further discussion? Just for the good of order to explain to the public, the commissioning agent is someone who contracts with the commissioners to essentially make sure that the equipment being installed communicates with one another. So it's a common practice to have someone who is a third party disinterested service provider to make sure that controls, electrical controls and components are communicating with rooftop units and with chillers and things like that. So once they get the agreement, we'll put that back on the agenda. And then as an addition to the agenda, we've had some discussion about the building corporation. And for public knowledge, the building corporation is essentially a committee who is appointed by the commissioners to oversee the bonds, like the bond on this building had a building corporation, and the bond on the jail has a building corporation. Currently, our building corporation is Brian Emmerich and John Lefevre, and John Myers was a previous member, but resigned that position because he was appointed to the redevelopment commission, who contributed money to the jail project. So there was a conflict there, and that left a vacancy. And I would like to nominate Dick Buchanan. And I'm making a motion, which is unusual, but I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Dick Buchanan to the building corporation.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand, and oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. And also, as an addition to the agenda, we received just earlier today a request for out-of-state travel from our emergency management office, and commissioners approve all out-of-state travel and air travel. So this is just out-of-state, does not include air, but this is for Ed Scott to travel to a conference in Dayton, Ohio, and travel would begin tomorrow. So I would like to see us approve instead of having to retro approve.
I have no issues with it.
Nor do I. I'll move to approve this request as presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand, and oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. While we're signing, the next item on the agenda is payroll and accounts payable claims.
I had the opportunity Friday afternoon to go up, and as we've done this year, Councilwoman Joan Western came up and we went through claims together and discussed them with Tamla, and everything went well. Everything looked to be in order, and there were no issues with any of the claims. So I'll move to approve claims.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve claims. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand, and that passes unanimously. I think there are two there.
Oh.
And that leaves payroll.
I'll make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve payroll. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And that also passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is the previous meeting minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the May 1st, 2023 Commissioner meeting minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the May 1st meeting minutes. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. That passes unanimously. It's a pretty quick meeting today. That is the end of our agenda. So if there's anyone here who would like to come forward for public comment, we'll allow for 5 minutes per person. If anyone would like to speak today, feel free to come forward and introduce yourself. Matt, anything to add?
I do not.
Tiffany? Rob? Teresa?
Nothing.
I have nothing to add, so I'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.